Good afternoon. Happy Memorial Day to all of you. I'm sorry I didn't release this earlier. Been busy cooking for kids and everything today, but I want to release this video. Thank all the troops serving now, here and abroad, domestic and foreign, for your service. Thank you so much for serving America. You have my utmost respect and appreciation. I also want to express some thanks to those I've lost. I had my grandpa Tony Fiorenza. He was in the Marine Corps in World War II. Lost him in '93. My uncle Bjorn was in the Army Corps of Engineers. I lost him to cancer. But you know you're not forgotten. And my Colonel Arthur Lemuel Atchison, he was in the U.S. Army. He sold New York life insurance. Helped my mother out a whole lot when I was a child. Bringing us milk from the basics change and things. And I'm glad I was there for him in his final days. I got to sit with him, watch the Super Bowl with him when he had the tube keeping him alive, and got to spend some time with him and thank him for all his help. I also want to express thanks to Bill Howard, who co-signed a loan for me. He was in the Korean Army, and when I was a young man, he co-signed a truck loan for me. He's gone now. I want to thank many people who are living. I had Uncle and Nam in the Navy, Uncle Greg, I had Uncle Sam in the Navy, who was in the Navy. Got a younger brother in Afghanistan. He's done tours there. I had another younger brother over there. Cousins. Had some cousins flew helicopters. Desert Storm. Brother was in the Air Force. He was over in Desert Storm. He was in the Air Force a long time. Got a son going in the National Guard. I want to thank all former and current presidents for their service to America and being Commander-in-Chief. I know I'm missing somebody. There's been so many people in my life, so many veterans who have stood out and served this great country. And I want to remind all of you, the United States has professionals of the utmost character serving this country. When we are deployed, we are doing it. We are deployed for many reasons, a lot of which are moral reasons. We have nothing to be ashamed of. We stand our ground and always have to show leadership in the world and stand up for others. If the world was perfect, we wouldn't have to do these things. I want to thank all those on the front lines who make this possible, all those serving in uniform, all those serving in other ways, all those support position personnel, and everyone who's helped defend America and keep her strong. And I want to say the United States military is full of very professional personnel of great character. A couple things leaked to the media, like Abu Ghraib or whatever, was obviously a gross and disgusting, vile thing. No one wants to see men stacked up like that, and that's unfortunately in wars you have to have prisoners of war and a few bad apples sometimes for various stresses of the war and psychological reasons, things they're dealing with. They do stupid things. I want to let the world know it's no reflection on our men and women in uniform, the ones serving now, those people who did those things. There's commanding officer non-judicial punishments in the Uniform Code of Military Justice. There's all kinds of ways we deal with people who aren't following command orders or aren't doing things that are the professional way. And let me remind you that these detainees, let me remind you about the ones who were killing people, shooting them, throwing them in mass graves, not taking them as prisoners. These people were dealing with people like that. These people were dealing with people who were chopping people's heads off. There's severe, there's a lot of motivating factors in their behavior, and I want to express my sincere gratitude to all the men and women serving in uniform. Let them know that this political stuff that gets out in the airwaves, there's always some comment after it. Somebody's either blaming the last administration or trying to get this new one reelected, and I'm sorry. It embarrasses me as someone who loves this country to have to see that happen, and for our men and women in uniform to see this happen. We have the same problems and more that we had before. There's always problems in America. There's always problems in the world that we are facing. Our administration knows that now. They may not have known that during the election. They know what they have to deal with now. Obviously, politics can be a detrimental thing to morale. I've thought about running for president myself. I may do so, and it makes me ashamed to hear this stuff out in the airwaves. So like I said, I want to thank the past and the current president, future presidents for their service also. There's some other veterans that served: George Bush, Air National Guard, Cheney served, Joint Chiefs of Staff, different people, just the whole slew of them that have helped keep this country on the right path. Thank all of you for your service, and let me remind you that these topics that get out in the media, don't let those influence you in a negative way. Hope they don't. I know most people, you hear about torture is a very strong word. I like to use the word interrogations. Keep in mind, these people were dealing with people who were meaning to do us harm and kill mass amounts of people. They were chopping off people's heads. They were shooting people and throwing them into mass grave sites. That's what they were dealing with. So all this stuff in the media that comes out and you hear about, and the political gain people try to seek from this is ridiculous. Obviously, in the world, if we all treat each other with respect, we'll all get respect. It's the whole fact that we are deployed fighting terrorism is truth in itself. That the world has a lot to learn about getting along, and God Himself would not want people acting that way. People who make excuses to kill others in the name of God are totally mistaken, misguided individuals. They should not be doing these stupid things. Bad enough they put themselves at risk, but to take other innocent people around them, it's not a good thing, and it's deplorable, it's horrible. It's not a godly thing to do, and if you are debating that, you are totally twisted in your mentality. And I'm glad the men and women serving in the armed forces, as well as our allies around the world and others, are there to keep the world safe, and stand up for others who cannot stand up for themselves, and to make the world the way it should be. So once again, thank all of you so much for your service. Thank the local families, the young McMillan boy we lost, as well as the young Deeriff in 2004, the Marine boy.